Yes, we have been overtaking the Lib Dems in the polls now for 6 months or so, and that's led to some changes. So, for instance, before the Birmingham election, the Birmingham conference, the BBC put a note out around all of its news organisations saying you must now take UKIP more seriously. But this changes everything because we are in a binary election system. That means you either win or you come second, because the only people that get all the votes in our election system are whoever is in or whoever is the next person that could get them out. We always vote for the person that is in to keep them in, or for the next person to get them out. So being second, and being second within shooting distance of first, is a massively different kettle of fish. All over the country now, there are people thinking, bloody hell, if I vote UKIP, they could actually win in my constituency. And that is a massive breakthrough for us. Absolutely massive. Which accounts for the fact that, I don't know whether any of you saw the Sunday Telegraph last week, the open letter from the Prime Minister. Did you see that? Oh, it was very funny. What was funny about it wasn't what he said, it was the fact that it was headed by a little picture of him. It was only about that big. And from way across the room, you could see how cross he was. I've never seen it. I had to get closer and closer and go, bloody hell, he really is angry. It's like he had that sort of squinty, lemon-sucking sort of look about him. He is extremely angry. YouGov have now got us on 12%. Now, YouGov is the one that does the polling tracking, and that is the one that doesn't, or it's one of the ones that doesn't prompt us. So when they ask who would you vote for, they say if there was a general election tomorrow, Labour, Conservative and Liberal Democrat would stand, would you vote for one of those parties or another? That is how polling is generally done. And then if you say other, because you could be bothered, then they say, which of the following other parties would you vote for? Blah, 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 UKIP, blah, blah, blah. And then you say UKIP. So for us to be on 12% under those circumstances, equal with the Lib Dems, is quite something. We noticed this in the during the Eastleigh by-election. We knew we were going to do well, because we were coming in on unprompted polls of that kind at about 21, 22%. And we know we can add another 3 or 4% on top of that. The Sun, of course, this week has published a poll saying that 38% would consider voting UKIP in a general election. In fact, 43% of Conservative voters will consider voting UKIP in a general election. That's why Cameron's looking all lemon-sucking. The other thing, great thing, is that Lord Ashcroft, a very strange thing has happened. People keep saying to me, of course, Lord Ashcroft has abandoned the Conservatives. I say, well, that can't be true, because that would be front page news. But it would appear that he has. Lord Ashcroft, the former Conservative Party treasurer, big funder, the man that put all the money into the by-elections, the marginal seats, not by-elections, the marginal seats in the last general election, appears to have actually just wandered off. There was a report this week that he'd actually gone to talk to Labour about how they could win, because he's now more interested in polling than he is in supporting the Conservatives. And of course the work that he did on the Eastleigh exit poll was of immense value to us. It showed that we took our votes in Eastleigh 30% from Conservatives, 30% from Lib Dems, about 7% from Labour, 16% from our old voters, and another 15% from people that haven't voted in years. And that's very, very significant. And it's one of the reasons why we have been able to go around saying this is not a process vote, this is game changing, this is us doing something different in the electoral system. And the other thing that he rather brilliantly said was that 58% of the people that voted for us said that it was partly because they would like us to form a government, which is nice. Another interesting factor that happened during the Eastleigh campaign is that, I don't know whether you're aware, but one of UKIP's Achilles' heels has been that we have not polled well among women. Conservatives have been having a problem with this, but UKIP have also having a long-term problem with this. And our selection of Diane James as the candidate was